Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another GTA 6 video. My name is Saintsfan, and today I wanted to look at the graphics of GTA 5 versus GTA 6. This all started when I saw this Reddit post that got like super upvoted, super popular. And if we click it and look at the image, you know, obviously you can see up top, like GTA 5, yes, it looks way older than GTA 6. And I guess that's to be expected, right? This is a PS3 game up at top. This is a PS5, maybe even PS6, esque game on the bottom. But I wanted to take a little comparison look just to see, I guess, how far we've come from GTA 5 to GTA 6 in this video. So I'll be going through a bunch of other screenshots, comparisons, looking at that, as well as I wanted to look at how GTA 6 compares to RDR2, obviously the most recent Rockstar title. And even a game like Cyberpunk, probably one of the better looking games released in gaming over the last few years. But before we do that, what made this, I think, a bit interesting is the comments in this Reddit post. It starts out pretty good. The drink in GTA 6 doesn't even have an umbrella. What a downgrade, for sure. And my favorite one. These strip clubs are going to be on another level for kids these days. And if anyone remembers, there was a time when people thought the hot coffee mod in San Andreas was too mature and too realistic. And then look what's happening now. But then so many of these comments turned into somewhat of, hate for GTA 6. Now, I'm not trying to just blindly defend Rockstar here, but like this guy says, random NPC versus a main character in a cutscene isn't exactly a fair comparison, which, look, to be fair, he does makes a little bit of sense, right? Obviously, trailer 2 is going to, showcase the best possible version of the game. Like this guy also says, and this is from a trailer, not even a cutscene. Trailers often don't represent what the game will actually look like. Now, a few people did respond, The interesting thing is, as far as GTA goes, and Rockstar games really go, they often do. A lot of their trailers use clips from the actual in-game world. And of course, before we get any further, Rockstar did come out and say that trailer 2 was about 50-50 gameplay, like, in-game gameplay, and also cutscenes. And there's just a lot more people in the comments of this Reddit post, with expressing doubt. I don't intend to rain on anyone's parade, but has any game in history ever looked as good as his first trailer? I think everyone should engage in some expectation management before next year. But again, people did sort of respond, watch RDR2 trailers and get back. And that is the case, because if I do just quickly go to RDR2, the top is from one of the trailers, the bottom is from the game. It was improved actually from the trailer to the game. The same with Arthur Morgan. I mean, anyone remember this from whatever trailer this was? That don't even look like Arthur Morgan. He obviously looks way better in the game. So I know most game companies, the trailers don't look as good as the game. But Rockstar, it's almost the opposite. And that is because all of their trailers are actually recorded in game. They don't use pre-rendered cutscenes like so many other game developers end up using. And just going back to the Reddit thread, I mean, there was just so many more comments talking about just how the game isn't going to look this good. Gameplay versus cutscene is not a fair comparison. We still don't know what the gameplay will look like. So far, we've only seen cinematic footage, which, by the way, again, is wrong, because we obviously saw the tweet from Rockstar that half of the game, or half the trailer, is gameplay. And then just blatantly false statements. Advertising pre-rendered shot versus online gameplay is not a valid comparison. And it goes on and on with people just blatantly, I guess, hating on this comparison here. And I get it, because it's not really that fair of a comparison. But to say that this bottom picture of Lucia here in the pool isn't what the game is going to look like, I also think is a bit wrong, because we've seen that Rockstar with their trailers, what you see is more than likely what you're going to get, if not even a bit better, which I know sounds crazy, but yeah, at least when it comes to graphics. The only things from, let's say, GTA 5's initial trailer that was cut was like NPCs doing stuff. But the graphics, again, end up turning it out to be better once the game launched. Like in this shot, these NPCs, the ladies running, the guys running, you don't see that in the game. So yes, things from these GTA 6 trailers can get cut. You know, maybe we might not see as many NPCs like in this top shot, but the graphics will still look this good. And the NPCs will still look this good. Again, you just might not see as many, but maybe we will. You know, maybe Rockstar figured out the secret to it. That we will have to wait until the game launches to see more. But I wanted to just quickly go over a couple of little articles here explaining how Rockstar, you know, make their games and make these trailers. So in Rockstar games such as RDR2 and GTA 5, the cutscenes are actually rendered in real time in the engine. They're not pre-rendered cutscenes, again, like most other games end up doing, which means that Rockstar's cutscenes generally reproduce the actual game graphics fairly accurately. So what you're seeing in the cutscenes is pretty much what you're going to end up seeing in game, which allows them to, you know, transition seamlessly from cutscene to gameplay. And I guess I never even thought about this little sentence or this paragraph here. If they were pre-rendered, they would take up hundreds of gigabytes of memory. So that's all the more reason to render them in real time in the game engine. And even a former Rockstar developer said the same thing. Now, this was after trailer 1, but it still applies. All of these scenes are in-game. He said, this is an in-game cutscene. A lot of games you see are done with cinematics, and they cut to a scene, and it's not in-game, but everything you see in a GTA game is all done in-game. So I did just want to go over this before we hop into the comparisons, because I've been seeing so much hate for GTA 6, and I guess it makes sense because for whatever reason Rockstar are one of the few companies that actually push boundaries when it comes to gaming. Most other games don't do this sort of stuff because it doesn't make them money, but because Rockstar's made $10 billion over the last 12 years from GTA Online, they had the luxury of doing this and making this game actually look like a next generation game, so to speak. So when you do compare what we've seen in trailer 2 here to most recent games and just other games like GTA 5, it blows them out the water. And most people just don't think that that is possible. But trailer 2 is really what $2 billion worth of development time looks like, and 8 years worth of development time looks like, with what, 3,000, 4,000 developers. Like, this is what games can look like if they are afforded all of those luxuries, which again, pretty much no other game company can do, but we are lucky that Rockstar is able to do this. And I mentioned how the game transitions, like Rockstar's games transition from gameplay to cutscene and cutscene to gameplay very smoothly. We probably saw that in trailer 2. And this is a comparison because you can see at the top, RDR2, it had a very similar transition. And Jason there on the bottom, it almost looks like that's exactly what's happening yet again. We're transitioning from the cutscene to the gameplay. So people are going to say, you know, oh, well, Jason looks better because that's a cutscene. Well, if we're transitioning to gameplay, you're not seeing a loading screen there or anything. What you saw in that cutscene is what you're going to see, you know, when you get into the gameplay a few seconds later. And I guess while we're talking about RDR2, let's do that quick little comparison. We only have a couple of images here. And it's very hard to compare just because RDR2 is a Wild West game. GTA is a modern shooter game, right? So you're not going to get the best comparisons, but here you can see, of course, NPCs from GTA 6 up around a campfire on the top with the gang around a campfire on the bottom from RDR2. It is quite amazing to me that RDR2 looks as good as it did. That's a 7-8-year-old game. It came out on the base PS4. I would say to this day, RDR2 is one of the best looking games ever made. So I don't know. It's crazy to me that people are doubting Rockstar's capabilities when, you know, this is what they ended up putting out. Obviously, there's probably a lot more details in the GTA 6 shot, but that RDR2 shot on the bottom still looks really, really good. Here we have a shot of obviously Jason at the top shooting with Arthur on the bottom shooting. I mean, I guess Jason looks a little bit more crisp compared to Arthur there. And I guess, yeah, the gun models probably look better. But again, you know, RDR2 is an 8-year-old game at this point. But it's not like it's that much different, right? It's not like the top shot is that much better. Here we have a shot with Lucia at the top and then obviously Sadie at the bottom. Not, you know, really a great comparison here. I guess maybe just to look at the character models. Lucia for sure looks maybe a little bit better, right? You can see like the sweat on her arms, even like the facial models, and probably the hair specifically looks really, really good. Sadie, you don't really see much of that. But again, even Sadie here from 2018 looks very, very good. And then here, I think is the final comparison shot, just of some wildlife. Honestly, it's hard to compare the wildlife scenes because the RDR2 scenes were so good, especially with that fog, like with the light in there, with the fog. If you've ever played RDR2 and, you know, ridden your horse through the swamps during an early morning sunrise with all that fog, it truly is breathtaking. And hopefully we get something like that in Vice City and GTA 6. But yeah, GTA 6, of course, the animal shot is during the day, so it's not exactly a one-to-one comparison. But what's crazy to me, at least, is if you did take that GTA 6 shot and you said it was an RDR2 screenshot, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Maybe the reflections are a little bit better on the GTA 6 shot, but other than that, I would believe you if you told me that was an RDR2 shot at the top. Okay, now let's hop into some GTA 5 versus GTA 6 shots. And again, it's not like we're really comparing this because it's like obviously GTA 6 is going to look way better than GTA 5. I think it's just nice to see, again, how far we've come, you know, from GTA 5 to what we're seeing now with GTA 6. And we're going to take a look at that Jason scene where he's shooting it. I mean, look, it's really night and day. And again, that's no surprise, but it is crazy how night and day it actually is from GTA 5 to GTA 6. Like if you did skip out on RDR2, which I don't know why you would have, but if you did, you're going to experience whiplash if you've just been playing GTA 5 all of these, you know, last few years when GTA 6 comes out, because there's, you know, not really much detail on that GTA 5 shot. And then just look at the detail on the GTA 6 shot. And then here's a shot, I guess another somewhat comparison. Maybe this is a little bit better because that's Franklin there. So you would assume, you know, higher models and stuff shooting a gun. It's not the same gun, but just even the small stuff. It's not like you can see a comparison in this shot on GTA 6, but just the background of the GTA 5 shot, like the bushes and stuff, it just looks so damn bad compared to any of the things we've seen in GTA 6, either trailer 1 or trailer 2. And then here was just, this is a crazy shot. I think that's online on the right. And then obviously on the left is the GTA 6, one of the screenshots with Raul and then Lucia in the background. I mean, the facial animations, the textures of everything, it's crazy that that's GTA Online there on the right. You know what I mean? Like that just, it looks so bad. But what's crazy is when you're playing it, you don't notice these sort of things. You don't realize how bad it looks. But when you do have a comparison like this, it's, you know, it's pretty obvious here. It's pretty noticeable. Here we have a few scenes recreated actually from the screenshots we just got. This is from Reddit user Noru122. He said he tried to do his best to make the GTA 5 shots look the best they could. And this is from the Legacy Edition, not the expanded and enhanced edition that recently came out. So this, you know, maybe is a really good way or a really good comparison between GTA 6 and GTA 5. And you can see here, like, honestly, that Michael shot, it looks pretty good, right? The lighting, the soft little light in there, but it's the background that sort of fails you with GTA 5. There's just not a lot of like even just minor details happening there. Where in the background of the GTA 6 shot, there's so much. You can see like window shades, a bunch of monitors, the backlighting there, all of it just looks so much better in that GTA 6 shot. Here we have Trevor up top doing a similar pose to Jason. And again, like the GTA 5 one, it really doesn't look that bad, which is why when you're playing the game, you know, you don't notice how bad things look, but in these comparisons, it is more noticeable. The shirt really is like the way the shirt sits on Jason is just better than how it sits on Trevor there. Also, obviously the skin texture, like Trevor's just looks kind of bad. You can see the small details like the arm hair on Jason. You can see that. Yeah, that one's actually not that bad. You know, it doesn't look that much better in my mind from GTA 5. Here's one that just blows me away. This might be one of my favorite comparisons just because it does show how much we've advanced in the GTA world. Up at the top, he did a great recreation of that bottom GTA 6 scene. Like with even the people throwing, obviously not a football, but just a ball over here. But this is crazy how much better the GTA 6 shot really with these NPCs look, right? Like the old dude and the old lady, they look way better. I mean, you can even see the sand on their feet because they're walking. Obviously how glistening they are, probably because, you know, maybe they put sunscreen on or something. The different NPC variety as well, just in the GTA 6 shot, you see so many different body types and skin textures and all this stuff, right? On that GTA 5 shot, I mean, I'm pretty sure the same beach lady is like the same NPC throughout the whole beach. I mean, you still get some fat people, right? You know, but it's just, it's not obviously on the same scale as the GTA 6 shot. And even the lady lying down here is just way better. The skin textures, the way the swimsuit sort of, you know, fits on her and everything. Even she has sand right on her body here. So yeah, that one is crazy. I really like this comparison. I thought that showed the difference quite a bit. Here we have Raul on the bottom there versus just, I guess, random online guy on the top. And it's just sort of the minor things. Like you can see his t-shirt kind of wrinkled up a bit. It's just, it's those small details that add, you know, realism. Although I guess in that GTA 5 shot, he does have a wrinkled shirt, but it's, you know, it's obviously, it just looks better in the GTA 6 shot. But the boat, really the boat, there's so many more details on this GTA 6 boat, which you never did get in the GTA 5 cars and vehicles. So that's, you know, where really I think a lot of the big upgrades are going to be. Here we have a shot of the canoe, which honestly, look, in the GTA 5 shot, it's not half bad, right? But then you get to the GTA 6 shot, you obviously get the better reflections, just the better foliage all around. But honestly, yet again, like when you have the GTA 5 sequences look as good as they can, you sort of realize GTA 5 wasn't that, you know, bad looking of a game. Here's another really cool shot that he put together of the ladies getting arrested. This is another one that, like, you would think this is gameplay, right? This is not a cutscene. This is something you would just see in the game of GTA 6. And same thing up here. Well, you wouldn't see this. This is obviously put together here, but this is just gameplay. And that's how much better the gameplay, especially at night here with the lights of the buildings in the background compared to the GTA 5 shot. But even like the light, because she's taking a picture here on her phone, the light is illuminating this NPC. You never got any of that in GTA 5. The car, even the models, right? We saw in one of my recent videos, there's like some precipitation and rain and something falling down on the back of this police car, and it looks so good. And just the NPCs doing stuff. Like this NPC is like twerking in front of the cop. This NPC is, you know, having their tongue out, doing some crazy stuff. Obviously, she's taking a picture. That's the sort of stuff that I'm excited to see in GTA 6, because you don't get any of that in GTA 5. Here we have one that I guess probably just shows the character models and just the vast difference between GTA 5 and GTA 6. Like you can almost see the guy's skin wrinkling on his body, and this guy back here has like bullet holes, scars on his body. And GTA 5, it's pretty basic, right? So I think that's really where you're gonna see just a huge upgrade. And then this is a nice one of Michael and Trevor fishing, which obviously you never could do. So this is put together, modded or whatever. And then Jason and Cal. And I mean, it's crazy. Like his hair looks so good. The water just looks so good. The lighting obviously looks so good. The fact that fishing will probably actually be a mini game you can do in GTA 6 will be much better than GTA 5, which lacked that. And again, the boat, it's just like the small details on the boat just looks way better. And then the final one, we have that same Lucia scene, maybe in a much better comparison, because again, he did his best to make the game in GTA 5 look as good as it could. And even here, I mean, yeah, it's crazy to see the jump, which this, like I said, could be a cutscene, right? So maybe Lucia has slightly better lighting. Maybe her texture is slightly better. But for the most part, this is what you're going to end up seeing in game. And it looks very realistic compared to obviously what you have in GTA 5. Like the texture, the lighting, the trees, the water, the martini glass looks so bad in the GTA 5 shot compared to the one that looks super realistic in the GTA 6 shot. And even looking at the bottom rights, right? This is a phone with a towel. It looks so bad, but look at the towel and the phone in the Lucia shot. Like, that looks realistic, right? So it is crazy how much better some things will end up looking in GTA 6. And then the final one is, I guess, a city versus a city shot. Obviously, this is the main city part. And I think it's going to be crazy to go from this small of a city area to the Vice City area, which looks gigantic. Like, there's so many more high-rise buildings in GTA 6 compared to what we got in GTA 5. And I think that's going to blow our minds, really, when we're driving through this, flying through this, and whatever the case may be. The last thing I wanted to do actually here was compare GTA 6 to Cyberpunk 2077. Probably one of the better looking games that have come out recently. Someone on Reddit, NPO1, actually recreated some of the GTA 6 screenshots in Cyberpunk to compare the graphics. Now, it's not on the best Cyberpunk graphics. I believe he said medium settings he was on, but it still kind of gives you a pretty cool comparison to see. Now, Cyberpunk, yes, is a few years old, but obviously here we have Jason versus, you know, the character on the bike there. And I wasn't actually expecting the GTA 6 screenshots to look this much better than the Cyberpunk ones. Now, again, you can maybe make these Cyberpunk shots look better if you were on the highest settings with path tracing and all that on, but just as a simple little comparison. And you got to remember, this is PS5 apparently on the top with all these GTA 6 shots we've seen. That's what Rockstar said. They recorded all of this on the PS5. So you are comparing PS5 versus, you know, PC. But yeah, it is quite, I think, crazy how much better the GTA 6 models really look. Here we have that helicopter with the Cyberpunk helicopter. Honestly, though, with this one, it's not that crazy, right? Of a difference. The lighting in both games look good. The weather looks pretty good. Maybe the GTA 6, the clouds look a little bit better, but, you know, maybe it's a minor thing. Here we have an interesting one. He recreated the car wash scene. Unfortunately, in Cyberpunk, you know, this wasn't like a thing, so you don't get the bubbles, you don't get some of the smaller details. But again, the character models, like, you can see the hair on, I think that's Jason's forearm there. And even the lighting looks maybe slightly better in that GTA 6 shot. And by the way, I'm doing this not to shit on Cyberpunk, because I love Cyberpunk. It's one of my favorite games. And if you ever do get to play it at max settings with the ray tracing, it looks incredible. Like, the city, the details and stuff look incredible. But like you can see in this comparison of Lucia yet again, you can see they didn't focus on like certain things, right? Such as the wine glass in the Cyberpunk shot. That looks horrible. Like, you would think that's a PS2 game graphic, right? But that's because they never really focused on that. They were probably focusing more on other stuff, which is completely fair. But Rockstar, since they have an unlimited budget pretty much, they said, we're focusing on everything. That's why we have the martini glass, whatever, filled and it reflecting red on the bottom, because that's how realistic things are. The towel, again, like we said, looks super realistic. I do also want to point out that Cyberpunk, this is like during the day, it's bad lighting, which maybe you could say the case is the same for GTA, the 6 shot. But the beauty of Cyberpunk, in my mind, is at nighttime when it's raining. Like, that's when you get the most out of the graphics. So some of these shots obviously are going to make GTA 6 just look better because of that. Here's a shot of Jason again shooting. And honestly, this one is quite similar. It's a bit different on how the games did the cities. Obviously, the city in Cyberpunk is a giant city, where Vice City, it's more, you know, realistic looking. And I guess maybe there's the fog there in the Cyberpunk. You don't get that in, at least not in this screenshot for GTA 6, but I think that's a pretty good comparison there. Maybe Jason looks a little bit better than that model yet again, but nothing too crazy. Here we have Pan Am on the bottom, sort of recreating the Lucia pose. And like I said, this is not like a scientific comparison of GTA 6 is better than Cyberpunk. It's just to get a decent look at the two. This GTA 6 one just has way more lighting in this shot. That's why it looks so good. But that Cyberpunk one, it does feel like it's missing something as far as, you know, if you wanted to make it look better. And then I believe the final one we have is the guys running through the swamp. They somewhat recreated that in Cyberpunk, and obviously it's a bit different because the car models and stuff in Cyberpunk aren't trying to be, you know, lifelike or realistic because it's a futuristic game. But I do think that's a pretty good shot. It's a pretty fair shot there. It is quite funny though how we're looking through this, or I'm looking through this at least, and I thought Cyberpunk was like gonna be the pinnacle of graphics for a few years. And I guess maybe that has been the case, but then the GTA 6 trailer 2 comes out and it's like, I'm the new king in town. It's just funny how graphics will just keep getting better and better, even though we sometimes think they won't. So that's where we're gonna end it for today's GTA 6 video. Like I said, this is not a video to just like crap on all these other games because they don't look as good. It's just I think very interesting to see how far graphics have come. So you can let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. But thank you guys for watching. That is gonna do it for today's GTA 6 video. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.